What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope you guys having an absolutely fantastic kick butt day today so far. So guys, today's video is going to be an absolute blast because we're going to be going into the community with all the best ideas that you guys have to offer for one, new brawlers. That's going to be the majority of what we're going to be talking about, as well as towards the end of the video I want to show you guys some really awesome skin designs, some brawler remodels, as well as just new skins being implemented into the game. So hope you guys are all excited. Let's get straight away into these ideas. Hopefully some of them make the game. Let's do it. Okay guys, so heading straight away into it. Now, one of my absolute favorite things about these types of videos is that it kind of puts a spotlight on some of the talent inside the Brawl Stars community that sometimes might get overlooked, and it's a shame. But the cool and exciting part of these things is that if the Supercell dev team gets attention of something, like a really good idea that you develop, it could be implemented into the game. I find that extremely exciting. Like, for example, the gene pull, that mechanic has been brewed up by someone in the Brawl Stars community, and the Brawl Stars dev team took that idea and used it for inspiration for Gene, the model of Gene. So I mean, I'm sure that guy that developed that mechanic in his artwork and concepts feels really cool. I know I would. But yeah guys, why don't we get over on Reddit and take a look at some of these great ideas. Here we go. So for our very first one, we have Teresa by Coach Flapjack, and I'm in love with this one because it has that undead-esque, that family that we have in Brawl Stars with Mortis and Frank. And if you guys haven't seen the video of Kairos's Brawl Theory, I would highly suggest you go check that out. It's really cool, and he kind of came up with a theory that possibly the next like Brawl theme coming to Brawl Stars or Brawler could potentially be this undead thing. And if Teresa's that next Brawler, I'm so game. I like this Brawler a lot. The model is really cool. Let's take a quick look at his description. He doesn't really go into depth, too much detail on like stats and stuff like that, but what he has down here is really intriguing, so I'll read it really quick. Teresa is a young lass who is able to communicate with spirits. She is capable of commanding her ghost companions to aid her in the fray. Using her scythe that also releases corrupted projectiles that can pierce enemies, she can also summon a rushing ghost. That's so awesome. That not only damages opponents but lowers the damage output by 30%. So not super in-depth, but really interesting. I would love Teresa to come to the game. It's like Mortis's sister or something like that. I'm so game for this one. Let's head into the next one. Okay, so moving on to the next one, it's by Killer KT, and the brawler's name is Lynn. Now, I find this one really exciting because it has a mechanic that we haven't seen inside of Brawl Stars, and it's right down here, the bottom left-hand corner. Lynn's little friends can retrieve items on the field. They also can gain minor health and movement, like buffs or benefits. I find that super cool. Just imagine if you could like summon a pet on the floor, and its sole objective is to collect something. So like the closest gem and bring it back to Lynn, or a power cube on the ground, like send in your little mouse, it looks like, to go retrieve that power cube, give it to you. It's a weird mechanic that we haven't seen, as well as if it's a spawnable, you toss it down and it can like body block for you and stuff like that. It sounds really cool. I like that mechanic. It's something new, something fresh. And as you can see from her other stats, she has 3,360 health. She does 280 damage, which isn't a lot. It looks like her super does 1,036 damage. Right here, the description: delivers a haunting tune that deals damage and stuns enemies for a short time period. It's kind of like in the musical family, like Poco. I think that'd be really cool, introducing that kind of element as well. I'm down for this one. I like it a lot. Moving on to the next one, and once again, this mechanic and this brawler in general is so incredibly cool. His name is Ash, and it was developed by Early Bird 02. And yes, we have a couple of Ashes in the community that we like. Ash Brawl Stars, as well as Clash with Ash. I'm sure you guys know both of them. I'm big fans of both of them as well. But as you can see, Ash is a brawler that's crazy about fire, and he always carries a trusty flamethrower around. I don't know if that really fits the esque of Brawl Stars. Like, it's not like cartoonish, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just overthinking it. But as you can see, so of course he has a flamethrower, so his attack is called Roast. Ash shoots a blast of fire outwards in a straight line. So pretty straightforward, nothing crazy there. But the super is where it starts to get really interesting. So Ash sprays a cloud of gas out of his flamethrower, which will float in the air for up to 10 seconds until he lights it with his attack. That is so freaking cool. So like you could puff out your gas and like put it over a gem mine and people might not see it, or they have that lingering thing that's like threatening that they have to try to avoid it. It just is a different element that we haven't seen so far inside of Brawl Stars, where you just puff out that gas, shoot it with your flamethrower, you get this big explosion that looks like it does 1,500 overall damage and 500 per second. Maybe the gas, if you were sitting in the gas, you could get chipped down really slowly, but once you ignite it, it just blows up and do like a bunch of damage. So it takes a little skill to pull off this super, and I like that a lot. Skill oriented things inside Brawl Stars really excite me, so I like this one a lot. Moving on to the next one, this is by the Real Pink Flower 7. Now, this is really cool one as well. Another mechanic, a strange mechanic that we haven't seen inside of Brawl Stars, and is down at his super. So his name is Misty, Shadow Assassin, and I like assassin type brawlers. They're a lot of fun. A mysterious creature who likes to play with darts. His super will summon a dark, mysterious shadow that will cover most of the enemy's screen. Doesn't that sound sweet? So basically, his regular attack is just darts, so nothing crazy there, but his super is the really intriguing thing where he activates his super, and then in this little picture down below can kind of give you a visual representation of what it is. The enemy will have like vision taken away from him on his screen just a little bit. Maybe like the outside corners would be a little bit harder to see, so you can like sneak up on someone. I find that super cool. I could think of a lot of different ways you could use that in like a team fight. Maybe with this Shadow Assassin, Misty would pop her super, and then you have like a Leon go on the outside, or someone with some mobility go on the outside of the person's vision on the edge of the map and get in real close and then deal that really awesome damage. I like this one so much. It's an ongoing thing that you'll see with all these brawlers, is there's like a strange, like unique mechanic that really sparks my interest that I would love to have implemented inside the game, and like trying out something new, exciting stuff in the meta, you know? And moving on to the final brawler concept, this one is by Gravity Monkey. Its name is Todd, the youngest of the Junkers. He prefers eating candies than building stuff, so he has his younger sister craft his machines, and I'm assuming that's Jessie. So kind of introducing that family element inside Brawl Stars once again, part of the Junkers. So like Jessie and Pam, and who else would be a part of the Junkers? Make sure to leave in the comments down below if I'm missing anyone. But let's take a look at what Todd can do. So his basic attack is Chewing Bomb. Todd slingshots a sticky bomb which explodes after 3 seconds or when the brawler it's attached to attacks. 3 bombs can be stacked per brawler, and each bomb deals 900 through 1,260 damage. That's really unique. I like that basic attack. Next, moving on to Todd's super, and it's called Hopper, and this is the thing that I like most about Todd's design. So as you can see, it says Todd enters his sister's masterpiece. Instead of moving, he'll get a new attack that lets him jump over walls, dealing 700 through 980 damage. So I'm assuming he like hops into his thing, or like it changes in a certain way and allows him to like jump once or twice for added mobility and just that element of getting over walls and dealing that damage. He also gets a 3,400 through 4,760 armor boost. That's so sick. And then when dropped to 0, the hopper detonates and brings Todd back. So it's like a, I feel like I've seen this before in other games, like a shell, and then once you lose, you hop out of that shell, or you die, you go down to 0. You hop out of that shell, but then they have to deal with it, like an explosion afterwards or something like that. That's really cool. I would like it where he wouldn't always be in that frog, that thing. Maybe have his own mechanics, but then once he has his super, like he gets into that frog and can like jump around over walls like a couple times before his health goes to 0. It might be like OP if you have that shield. I don't know. It's just me kind of thinking. And then for his star power, it's called Off the Grass. Todd's chewing bombs can now stick to the ground and act like mines, though they still explode after 3 seconds. Really cool. Okay, so moving on to some of the skins that I want to bring up in today's video, all by the same artist. His name is Development Art, and I'm sure you guys have heard of his name popping up. I feel like the best like well-known artists that really made a surge in the community because of how stellar their artwork is Development Art as well as Getty Core. They're both amazing artists, and there's several other really good artists, but you guys know what I mean, where people just like understand who the artist is before they even read the name, and they dish out a lot of content coming over and over, and it's like really high quality content. But the very first one is White Crow, a skin rework to the current Crow. I feel like that's probably like one of the worst skins in the game, the White Crow one. Turning into a chicken, something that would make sense. I like that a lot. He throws out green leaves instead of feathers or daggers. So I really like that concept. Please, a chicken. I would love that. The next one, Reaper Mortis, a skin. Guys, I am so down for anything pertaining to Mortis. I'm like slowly, I'm just like sitting on my star points, hoping that the Brawl Stars dev team hears me to add like a cool Mortis skin to the to the star point shop. I would be so game for that. But really cool skin, really well developed. I love his artwork. Moving on to Human Spike. How cool is that? I don't know if this would be implemented into the game, but I really like this one a lot. Basically a rendition of Spike if he were a human. I think that's really cool. Had to bring that one up with you guys. The next one, High School El Primo. Have you ever wondered what El Primo looked like without a mask? Well, here it is. I like him. I like the way this looks. That'd be really cool. I guess El Primo's whole vibe is like him being a luchador, like a wrestler and stuff like that, so it might like kind of conflict with it, but who cares? That's so dang cool. I want to see El Primo's eyes. Gotta take off the mask. But isn't it like wrestlers, isn't it like bad juju to take off your mask or something like that? I don't know. Again, next one. I'm sure you guys have seen this one before. This is probably one of his most popular posts that he's made so far. But it's Tara, remodel to Tara without her mask, only the bottom half, so we can see what she looks like. But it kind of conflicts with her whole vibe. But again, like that's what skins are for, to like change the whole thing about that brawler. Her whole esque of being like a mummy and like magical and stuff like that, having that mask, that spookiness, I think it's important for her character. But I really like this one. It's so freaking cool. Such great artwork. Moving on to the next one, we have Adventure Shelly, another Shelly skin. That'd be so cool. I like this one a lot. The brown hair. You guys know in a lot of my thumbnails, I like to like recolor like the skins and stuff. I have a good time with that. So little things like that, just like brown hair instead of purple. I really like it a lot. Moving on to the final one, we have Dolphin Leon. Guys, we don't have a Leon skin yet. I feel like that'd be like the hypest thing ever, getting a skin out there for Leon. He's a very fan favorite in the Brawl Stars community, and I think he would rock something cool. A Dolphin Leon would be a game for that one for sure. But yeah, guys, that's basically everything that I have for you for the really cool concepts. So make sure to leave in the comments down below which one you enjoyed most. I just really enjoy like the really unique ideas brought up in today's video, like some of the mechanics that we haven't seen inside of Brawl Stars yet, that could be fun to kind of think about and flirt with for like a potential update or a new brawler coming around the corner when you're trying to find like a new mechanic to kind of stir up the meta, something like that, as well as of course some really cool skin ideas. Let me know what you guys are thinking about these. So yeah, guys, hopefully you all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to slap a like on it. I really appreciate that. Also consider hitting that subscribe button down below, be a part of the Ray fam. I would also truly appreciate it. So with that being said, everyone, make sure to keep having fun with Brawl Stars, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace out.